You win some, you lose some, but you live.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Tune in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Come join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Join us on PGT Time. Yeah.
But guess what? This is PGT time. On PGT time, we cover the black community. I don't give a damn what they do. If it interests me, I'm showing y'all. I'm showing y'all flat out.
Coming home, me. I know you told me that I'm your only one. So coming home, me. I know you lonely. You know I'm rolling. So come on. So come on in. Relax. Sit back with all your focuses on me. I want you to relax and sit back. I want you to relax. Sit back with all your focuses on me. I want you to relax and sit back. Show you what she gon' like. My mind is on a roller coaster that just won't end. But in my defense, you the main event that I wanna attend. Attracting all these 2s and 5s, baby, but you my 10. You motivate me to win. You my other half, so we twin and twin. Skin to skin, when do I begin? Hold me, I know you told me that I'm your only one. So come and hold me. I know you lonely. You know I'm rolling. So come on. So come on in. Relax. Sit back with all your focuses on me. I want you to relax and sit back. I want you to relax. Sit back with all your focuses on me. I want you to relax and sit back. Show you what she gon' like. I want just for myself tonight. Tell your friends you're good, you gon' be alright. They can wait, you see them all the time. All the time. How often do you hear from me? Life is too short, why not live free with me? Traveled everywhere, you found your place to be. To be is right here, and right here is with me. Come and hold me. I know you told me that I'm your only one. So come and hold me. I know you lonely. You know I'm rolling. So come on. So come on in. Relax. Sit back with all your focuses on me. I want you to relax and sit back. I want you to relax. Sit back with all your.
All right. It's your girl, the missus, baby. The missus with the kisses. Mwah. That's only on Fridays that you get a chance to hit
Boy,
that
watch
butt.
out.
It's only on Fridays.
Watch out.
What's up, y'all? What it do? What it do? Y'all got two specials today, baby. Two specials today. The first
Yeah, what
special.
up? It's your boy Poolie the Barber.
It's almost viral.
We
It's
got
almost
two
viral.
specials.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And this Poolie, y'all.
Special.
This my husband,
What
Poolie.
up?
Y'all know he don't be here on Mondays.
I'm here.
But he's here. He's here. He decided to dedicate his night to Peachy Tea Time on Monday edition. Thank you, baby. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Y'all just don't know what I had to go through. No, I ain't had to go through much. We talking about Poolie's hometown, my hometown.
Yeah, I ain't want to talk about this.
He didn't want to talk about it. But
It's old news.
he feel like it's old news now.
It is.
But it's still something that needs to be talked
it's
about.
new news as far as what actually just happened, what transpired. But I mean, in all honesty, this is nothing new to none of us. Not Saginaw.
Well, we about to get into it, baby. We about to get into it.
20-some odd years later, stop playing.
We about to get into it. Hey, Carmen, how you doing, boo? Let's get into these comments. Hey, Miss Joyce, I see you. She said, I'm watching from Atlanta. Hey, Natasha. She here from Michigan, baby. Hey, Tiffany. Baby, the Michigan folks, they came, they showing up, and they showing out tonight.
What up, Tiff?
Yes, Carmen said, wow. What up, Poolie?
Carmen?
Yes, Carmen, he came to visit us. Hey,
I ain't gonna be here long.
Look at Lawrence. Ooh, on a Monday? I'm telling y'all, Poolie do not come on Mondays. Okay,
I don't work on Mondays either.
Yeah, and he don't work on Mondays. He's off on Mondays.
And sure enough went in.
Hey, Josette, how are you? She says she's watching in bed on Roku TV.
It must be a new movie.
So make sure y'all go ahead, download the Roku TV app right now, and under Peachy Tea Time Network. Make sure y'all go download. Y'all can lay down y'all bed, relax, and watch it on TV. And you don't have to hold your phone. Okay, and you got to prop it up on nothing. Okay, so let's get started, y'all. Let's get started. We got some special people here tonight with us. They will be hosting the show with us tonight. Yes. We do have someone that may possibly be coming up a little bit later on just as well. But I do want to introduce our peoples up, okay? We have everyone that's on here basically is from Michigan, except for one person. And that is this young lady that I'm going to actually pull up first. Her name is Lisa Renee. And here she is.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good.
That is wonderful. Now, Lisa is not from Saginaw, Michigan. Lisa, have you ever been to Saginaw, Michigan?
No, but I've been to Kalamazoo, Michigan. I have family in Kalamazoo, so
okay.
I don't know how far that is or how close that is, but
it's a little drive.
Who said not quite the same? That's what he said.
Not quite the same, but yeah, no, I haven't been to Saginaw, don't know.
All right, well, Saginaw.
I've been to Kalamazoo.
Saginaw is by Flint, Michigan. I know you've heard of Flint, Michigan.
Yes, I have.
They had the little water issue and everything. But it's a lot of crime. It's a lot of crime in such a small community, a small city rather. So that's what we're here for tonight. And we're here to discuss a tragedy that happened on Friday night, early Saturday morning, which was a mass shooting. So we're going to bring everybody up, but to each person that's out there watching right now, the reason why Lisa is up here with us tonight is because she is a counselor. She's a counselor. And Lisa, please tell them a little bit about your background.
So I have a background in mental health. I have a master's in community counseling, and I have a bachelor's in psychology. And currently I work as a crisis counselor. So every day I'm faced with people who are dealing with crisis and things that are affecting them that they don't necessarily cope with. So that's where I come in and kind of help them with that. And, being in this field, I've seen a lot. I've been able to actually talk to people from different walks of life. So this type of stuff I actually talk about, and there's an underlining theme that a lot of us don't think about when we're faced with all of this crime and violence is trauma, and that's mental health. So,
Mhm.
I talk a lot about that, and I give my take on that, and that's something that I'm very passionate about. So I'm constantly growing in that field. I'm working on my doctorate, so I'm coming along with my psychology to be a psychologist. So definitely, I like to talk about these things because I am black and these things affect me rather indirectly or directly.
Well, I definitely appreciate you for tapping in with us tonight.
No problem.
I reached out to Lisa today
Mm.
and asked her to come on, and she was so excited to come on.
Yes.
Not only that, Lisa also will be joining me 1 month, every month, one
Hey.
Monday out the month, where she will be able to come on and do some of these clips with me and talk more about mental health, just as well. So you all did see Lisa before. This is her second time on the show.
Yeah.
She came on, and she dropped some music with us and everything. So that's when I ended up hearing her speak so well, may I add. And I told you guys, I said she will be back. I manifested it and I
Yeah.
said it, and here she is. So
Yes, yes,
thank
yes.
you so much, Lisa. I really appreciate it. And we're gonna go ahead and bring up the next person. So the next person that we're gonna bring up is Miss Roxy Spellman. Hey, you are on mute. Let's see if we get you off mute.
Muted.
Thank
That's me.
There
My
you go.
bad.
It's okay, boo.
Hey,
Relax.
how y'all doing,
Hey,
family?
we are good. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Roxy, you are another person that I reached out to today and asked them to come up. And this is not your first time here on PGT Time either. But each time you come, you always bring good knowledge. You always teaching us something when you come. And you always doing good stuff over there just as well.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know, so I'm so proud of you for that just as well.
you.
But Saginaw is your hometown just as well. And you know exactly what happened on Friday night, Saturday morning as well. And that's what we'll be discussing today. Again, my topic for tonight comes from a post, and I'll be reading a few posts tonight just as well. I won't be saying who wrote the post, but if you know what you write, then you gonna know it's you. That's the only thing I can say. So, but I will be reading just three of them, three or four of them. But tonight's topic is crime in our communities. Should we continue to stay or leave? Okay, so that's and Pooley is in charge of the mixer tonight, as always when he's on the show. So if y'all see me go like this, that means I'm telling him to hand clap. Okay, 'cause that's the only thing I know over there is the hand clap. So, but we're gonna go ahead and bring up the next person, Roxy. Um, Again, I thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
joining us tonight.
Always,
I
always.
really do.
Love my community. I don't mind. I'm never too busy.
Thank you. And when we bring up everyone, then that's when we'll go ahead and get started with what we're
Okay.
here to talk about.
Okay.
So the next person I'm gonna bring up is Brother Willie. Hey, Willie, get the hand
Yo, what's
clap.
up, good folks? What's up? What's up with y'all?
Willie, what's going
Hey,
on?
Willie, how you
Y'all
doing?
hear me good? We good?
We are
Clear.
good.
All
We
right, right on.
everything look marvelous in your background and
Right
everything.
on. Right on. Right on.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I definitely appreciate it. Please let everybody know a little bit about you and your background.
All right. My name is Willie Lee. Um, I have a power washing business down here in Dallas, Texas. I moved out of Saginaw maybe at 2005. Had my first baby up in Saginaw. Me and my daughter popped the baby in a Saginaw girl. You know what I'm saying? She let me get my kid. We moved down to Texas. I got into healthcare. Now I'm doing power washing. So I have my own business doing that. HM Power Wash. Our motto, use the thing just to wash away. Hashtag HM Power Wash. Other than that, I love my city. I try to always come back, show some love, show them a lot of generational curses that we need to break. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, I try to be a decent man that folks can point to and say, okay, that's what a decent man is. He's about his business. He's a protector. He's a provider. I'm a married man. I try to take care of business. Shout out to my homegirl, Shalana, down there. Shalana Spellman. Roxy, I see. But other than that, yeah. That's pretty much me. I got Word Overdose TV where I do my podcasting. HM Power Wash where I make my money. And just try to be a good family man raising these children. Looking forward to empty nesting one day.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Facts.
I have a long. We got.
Hey, he hear me. He hear me on that.
We got a long ways to go before the emptiness. So we're gonna go ahead and bring up the last person for tonight. Like I said, we may have one person coming up just as well, but she haven't made it here yet. But this last person that's coming up is somebody that really means a lot to me. I've been knowing him since I was 12 years old. One of my first friends when I moved to Saginaw when I was 12. And I'm blessed to say that we have a friendship that has never went sour from the time that we met each other. He called me his sister. I call him my brother. He has been through a lot. And a lot of people there in Saginaw knows him, knows some of the things that he's been through. So when I say I'm honored right now to have him here tonight, totally honored. So let's go ahead and bring him up. Mr. Tamiris Stewart. What it
do? How everybody doing?
We are wonderful. All of us is wonderful. So
That's
thank
good.
you. Thank you for taking the time out your day. Out of your night to come on to PGT Time to discuss some of the things that's going on in your city, our city, a lot of the cities around the world, but where we are, sometimes that's where you got to focus on and get it cleaned up, and then we can outscore to other places and clean some places up just as well. So again, I thank you for coming, and I'm honored, totally honored. You want to give everybody a little background about yourself?
By myself, well, my name is Tamaris. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. My fault.
Okay.
But my name is Tamaris. Yeah, I'm from Saginaw, from the Buena Vista area. I've been knowing Tennille for forever. And I guess it's a lot going on in Saginaw, but to me it's like it's more so a younger crowd, it's a younger crowd, and and the best thing to do is really in Saginaw is basically stay to yourself, and don't try to watch your surroundings. Watching your surroundings is very important. Saginaw.
Hey, can I say something real quick on that topic?
Go ahead.
Yo, my boy Tamara, you still in the city we love, right?
Yes.
I want to ask you, man, like, why we got to keep our head on a swivel so hard? Like, why in places where we have a concentration of power, must we be so guarded? And that can happen in Dallas, Oak Cliff. It can happen in Atlanta, Bankhead. It can happen all over the country. But I'm asking, like, why must we be so guarded amongst people that look like us?
I mean, I guess because it's a lot to change. Generations and change. Generations. It's like it's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. And so I can just imagine if how in another 10 years how all over the world is just chaotic. You know what I mean? and you really have to watch yourself. You know what I mean? You know, no matter I don't care if you at work, at your job. You know what I mean? You really have to be you have to be guarded and be more of a more aware of everybody that's around you. You know, so and it's just sad that can't nobody go out and have fun no more. You know.
And I agree with Tamaris on that as far as I'm sorry, Roxy. But I agree with Tamaris on that as far as we can't even go to Walmart no more without watching your back. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Roxy.
I don't think that times have changed. I still think that we are in the same times. This stuff was going on. My cousin was fighting for her life. This very same week, almost 20 years ago, our cousin got killed in the same type of situation. It's repeating itself. The problem is not the people, it's not gathering. It's that we live in a poverty city, a poverty-stricken city, and poverty is the father of crime. When all that PPP money and ED money was out, you didn't hear about shootings and stuff like that. It was doing other things. You know what I'm saying? It's about poverty and not having jobs. And we cannot say that this was the younger crowd, because the younger crowd had Freaknik 2 weeks ago, and they didn't have not one episode of violence, and them kids got up and went cleaned up that park the next day. This was the grown people. This was us.
Well, let me hold on before we get to the next part. Before we say anything else, I want to read something. I want to read what I found on news release Michigan State Police report, because y'all know that I have more people from out of Saginaw that watches my show. Okay, so right about now, only the people from Saginaw knows what we're talking about, unless somebody's watching that somebody from Saginaw done told them. So let me go ahead and read this, and so everybody be on the same page on what's going on and why we're having this show tonight. So, Michigan State Police Major Case Unit investigating shootings at a large street party in Saginaw for immediate release. June 24th, 2023. Saginaw, Michigan. Michigan State Police, Saginaw Major Case Unit detectives are investigating a shooting incident that occurred at a large street party near 4th Street and Johnson Street in the city of Saginaw. The party had been promoted on social media. Police agencies from throughout Saginaw County had dispersed the large crowd multiple times in different locations throughout the city prior to this incident. Police were nearby preparing to disperse the crowd in this new location when multiple 911 callers reported that people were shooting into the crowd at approximately 12 o'clock a.m. on June 24th. Preliminary investigation indicates that a fight broke out between partygoers, resulting in gunshots being fired. In response, others in the crowd began shooting into the crowd, striking several victims. As people fled the scene, many were injured after being struck by fleeing vehicles. Detectives later determined at least 5 different caliber weapons were used in the incident. As of this release, 15 people were injured by gunshot or being struck by a vehicle. 2 victims, a 19-year-old man and a 51-year-old woman, have died. All 15 victims were transported to local hospitals for medical treatment. The medical status of the surviving victims is not currently available. There are no suspects in custody at this time. I'm going to read that part again. There are no suspects in custody at this time. There is no ongoing threat to the public. This remains an active and ongoing investigation. Saginaw MCU detectives are asking anyone with information about the incident to call Saginaw Major Case Unit at 989-759-1605, or to remain anonymous, contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-422-JAIL 5245. I need these phone numbers.
Hey, I want to know why that 51-year-old lady was there. But yeah, that's another subject. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, right.
It was an older crowd. Freaked it.
There was vendors out there. That family owns a food truck. I'm pretty sure that food truck was out there. So that's a big, and that lady has kids. And if we're gonna be like that, then I'm gonna leave because
Who phone is that? Who is that? Okay,
it don't matter.
That's you again.
They got a right to gather. They have a right to gather. The problem is the excessive violence perpetrated in our community by people who look like us. That lady had every right to be outside doing whatever she wanted to do. She has a family, and if we're not gonna be respectful to Neil, I'm gonna go.
No, I completely understand what you're saying right now. I completely understand. I do ask that everybody definitely be respectful just as well. What I'm going to do is go into this clip right quick. And then we'll be right back and we're going to continue on with the conversation. So here we go.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
With breaking news.
Good morning. We want to bring you the latest on this scene still unfolding. Multiple agencies still investigating a crime scene in Saginaw where several people were injured after a large party involving more than 200 people. It happened early this morning at the intersection of 4th and Johnson. Michigan State and Saginaw police responded, closing down roads in the area. MSP tells TV5 a fight broke out, and that caused panic. Several people were struck by cars or shot. Multiple people have been taken to the hospital. There's no word yet on their conditions. The Bridgeport Forensics Lab and MSP Aviation are also investigating this. MSP says there is no current threat to the public. We're going to stay on this, though, and we'll let you know as we get more updates throughout the show. We begin with breaking news this morning. Multiple agencies still investigating a crime scene in Saginaw. We can now confirm 2 people are dead after a large party turned violent. Saginaw police and Michigan State police responded just after midnight when they say they found about 300 people at this party running away from the scene. Police tell TV5 fights had broken out and shots were fired. 12 people were shot. 3 people were hit by vehicles. The Bridgeport Forensics Lab and MSP Aviation are also investigating. MSP says there is no suspect in custody, but they believe there is no active threat to the public. There may be multiple gunmen. Please call Saginaw Police if you have any information. Severe damage after.
All right, y'all. We're going to bring everybody back up. Okay. So this is my take on things. And again, I do want everybody to be respectful. Willie, basically, he chatted in the chat. Can you see it in the chat, Roxy? Yeah, you can see it. Okay. So we got that taken care of. This is what I want to say. I do feel like Roxy said, anybody should be able to go where they want to go at any given time. Flat out. It's a free world. If you're not locked up, you should be able to go wherever you want to go. Okay? But I also feel that when a lot of people, I talk about Chicago a lot. Okay? I talk about Chicago a lot. And I feel like when you have gatherings a lot of times and a lot of things get gone the wrong way, go left, shootings happen, people die and stuff, I wouldn't want to go. I wouldn't want to encourage my kids to go out when I know there's a big gathering going on. And that's truly how I feel. But at the same time, yes, we should be able to go wherever we want to go. But we shouldn't be nervous either at the same time when we're going places. Them kids, they look like they was having a ball. a blast, having a great time. And people, bad seeds, I call it, comes up and just ruined the whole thing and took lives. Now, from what I was told, the younger people had it already. So this was the older people, the older generation turn to do it. So to me, it didn't matter what age they was, as long as there wasn't no babies out there, But if you're an adult and you want to go out and have a good time, then you should be able to do it. But just at the same time, be mindful. Be aware of your surroundings, like Tamaris was saying. If you gotta leave your friends. Bye, I'm gone. If something just don't feel right. Lisa, how do you feel about this? I sent you the news article and everything.
Just thinking about all of the different events that's going on in the world. I am currently, I'm in Gary, Indiana, but I am from Chicago. And with everything going on, even with the mother's son and the guy shooting or whatever that was going on about a week ago, trauma is in us and around us. No matter how much we want to avoid it, no matter how much we want to sit things out, the reality is trauma is around us and in us. We come from communities where it's violence. We come from communities where we have violence in our own homes. We have been affected indirectly and directly by trauma. And the problem is it's become normal. It has become normal for us to get on social media and see somebody get their brains blown out. Back in the day, that we didn't have that. We knew it was going on. Of course, we knew it happened and we know all of that. But now we can go up and down our timelines and bam, it's right there for us to see. And even if we want to avoid it, it's there. And a lot of us can sit there and watch the whole video, watch it play out and all this. And I'm like, that's just not normal, because mentally and emotionally it affects you, whether it was your family member or not. It's going to affect you. But a lot of us has become so prone to these trauma events, and a lot of us make fun of it or try to mock it when it happens. But the reality is it's not normal. It's not normal for us to not be able to hang out with our family without worrying about being shot or killed, or going out our doors and going to our cars and not knowing if we're going to get robbed or killed. It's around us every day. And every day we're not healing, we're not treating it. Even with kids, they know people who have been killed. We know people that have been killed and things like that, but we don't get no treatment after that. We don't get no counseling, no healing. We don't even process it. Let's not even talk about going to treatment, because a lot of us don't believe in treatment and counseling, but it's real and we need it in our community, because we are constantly exposed to traumatic events every day of our lives. But we're not healing. But we're piling it on. We're piling it on. Every day there's a different story about somebody being killed. Or we can go right now and see somebody, again, being killed, raped. All these different things, and nobody's healing.
Nobody's healing at all. And, that's one of the reasons, again, why I'm bringing Lisa aboard just as well. Because being that we have started the PGT Time Foundation, that's one of the services that we will be providing is counseling. Some people can't afford it. That's
right.
They can't afford it, even with their insurance. Everything going up as far as food, clothes, everything we need is going up except for our damn pay.
Yeah.
Our pay seems like it's staying the same.
Right.
Yo, Peachy.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa, I want to ask y'all on this topic. Like, when are we going to address the fact that it's us doing this to us?
Yeah, it's absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when we putting ourselves in these positions, like, we want to have good events. I'm a person that wants to come back to Saginaw, bring the power washing business to Saginaw Public Schools, to Saginaw City Halls and the Saginaw buildings. At the same time, I get most of my pushback from people that tell me, like, Will, if you move back to Saginaw, they gonna Nipsey hustle you. They gonna kill you in your own city, bro. Don't come. Don't bring this business here. People are gonna be jealous. They're gonna be bitter. They're gonna be petty. They're gonna be spiteful. Just seeing you doing well will make people feel a certain way. And we was talking about earlier, like this happens everywhere. It does not happen everywhere. It happens in our communities. Like white people can have events where they have 10,000 white people out, and it don't be nobody getting killed. It don't be no guns ringing. Mexican people can do it. Asian people can do it. It's something about how we deal with each other, how we deal with conflict resolution with each other. That's the real issue here. I was talking to somebody about the power washing business. Again, HM Power Wash on the subject. But they were telling me like, Will, if somebody came up to you and asked you, can I get a job? And you said, I don't have a job for you. And they came back pissed off at you and shot you behind it. That's something that happens in our communities. You know what I'm saying? Like we deal with a lot of issues just interacting with each other in our communities that lead to this gunplay, this conflict that has to end with somebody dying. How do we deal with that in our community? I'm asking Lisa and Peachy on that aspect. How do we deal with the fact that we have an inferiority or we have a self-hate for each other that we have to deal with?
So let me say
Lisa,
this.
Hold on, Lisa. Let me give him my answer because my answer is going to be very quick and simple.
Okay.
I don't know. I left. I mean, I don't know no other way to put it. I don't know the answer. I left, and that's why I'm bringing this to Peachy Tea Time tonight. I did Saginaw. What did I do? Rally, Stop the Gun Violence rally, virtual. I did that. You know what I'm saying? So I try my best to do what I know to do, which is Peachy Tea Time. But I don't have the answer for that. I don't think hardly nobody has the answer for that.
But Peachy, think about this though, Peachy. On your end, you got a husband. Shout out to the homie right there. Real talk. Like on my end, I get called a lame for being a stand-up man, a good husband, a father, a provider, a protector of a home. We have men that are glorified for being killers. We have men that are glorified for being thugs. We have men that are glorified for being gangbangers, for being drug dealers. These are toxic elements of our own community that we have to break those generational curses. We can't ask the wider public to fix those things for us. I want to say this real quick before Lisa get on there and jump on with her stuff. I want to say this, like moving down to Texas, one of the things that I really remember big that helped me change my way of thinking, I'm paying for school lunches for all my kids. So school lunch costs $3.25 per kid. And I'm paying for these lunches and I got 4 kids. So I'm paying like $50 a week for my kids to eat. And I'm paying this bill and I'm like, why do I have to pay this bill? Dang, I got to pay $50 again this week. And then it occurred to me, my kids were the first kids in my generation of kids, my generation of family that didn't qualify for free lunch. And it was like, wow, Will, like you broke a generational curse right there. There's generational curses that go on in our impoverished communities, such as our hometown, that we are not breaking those generational curses and they just keep perpetuating. You and your husband both know y'all in my era. Like we've been dealing with this for 20, 30 years now.
Yeah.
How do we break those curses where we can enjoy ourselves? Where a 51-year-old lady can go out and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like how do we break those curses?
Go ahead, Lisa.
I think we have to look at the complexities of everything with our community. There is no real true answer to what do we do, but it starts in our own homes. It starts in our own communities. You are absolutely correct. But what I don't understand is that, and I appreciate Roxy, your name Roxy, right?
Yes.
I appreciate what she said. Like we all in these poverty-stricken communities where they put us in these communities with not many resources, not much. And so you putting us in against each other pretty much. I gotta fight for the same type of resources, same type of things that you got. And no, nobody should be taking what nobody worked hard for. But these curses have started way before this generation, way before that generation. It is deeper than just us. It's systematically done as well. We have to realize that a lot of the things that we go through is systematically done. We all have trauma within us. We all have trauma. We have grew up in our communities, or we have grew up in our families where we've seen people being abused, killed. And you're right, they do glorify the drug dealers, but that's all they know. Most of the time, that's really the only thing that they see in their community. So what else can you kind of like emulate? Now, if you have it within you, yes, I'm from the hood. I'm from Chicago, south side of Chicago, Inglewood. I could have been anything. I was around and I seen it. But the difference was I had somebody telling me differently. I had someone in my ear and I wanted better. Again, it's all about what you're exposed to. If you're exposed to nothing but drama and killing and doing all these different things, what do you think you're gonna be? You're gonna be a saint? No, you're a sponge, and it starts in childhood. We're sponges. If we're seeing all these different things, we're soaking up everything. And again, it's about will and free choice. Of course, we all have the will and free choice to do better. But if you don't know better, you're not gonna do better. And so, if
Lisa, who exposing us though?
Can I touch back on that?
But it goes deeper than that. We were put in these communities, exposed to these different things because we're in these communities where there's not resources, where we have to try to figure it out. We have to try to, these young men don't know a lot. They don't got it, like they don't have moms and dads. Their moms and dads on drugs. Their moms and dads as babies growing. Of course it's us, but it's not all on us. Yes, we have the ability to change things or whatever, but if the resource is not there, if the education is not there, if I'm in a community where all I see is drama, violence, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna go outside of that? There's so many people who have grew up in projects who've never been outside of them, who never actually learned anything outside of the projects, and that's all they know. That's the only life they know. Yes, it is us, but it's systematically done. Who puts us in these communities? Who puts us in these positions where we have to deal with welfare and all this stuff? Like it's also not all on us, but it is for us to make what's best for us. But also we have to look at how systematically done. This is stem back from slavery, like all of this pitting us against each other, putting us in places where we have to fight for our resources, fight with what we got. If you giving me a little and I'm looking at you and you trying to get it, I'm trying to get it. I don't know how to get it, and it's right there for me. I'm finna try to get it the best way I can. It's called survival.
Exactly. Now, what you were saying, Roxy?
So, our community has tried to heal itself several times. We had the Black Panther Party who came into the community, who tried to build the community.
They killed them.
They killed them.
They killed our biggest
people, and they killed them. Our communities are trying. There are people like me who moved back to Saginaw, and I do the work, but it is extremely hard. When you go to the east side of Saginaw, and there is not a grocery store, there is not a 24-hour pharmacy, but it's a dispensary on every fucking corner.
Or a liquor store on every corner.
Liquor store on every corner.
Every corner.
You are your environment. When you go to nice cities, you feel better because you see greenery, you see shrubbery, the air look clean, the buildings look nice. You are, if you land in filth, you're going to become filth.
Yeah.
So that's why I posed the question, where are our community leaders right now? Because there are 5 stages to grief after trauma. And since, Lisa, you know what I'm talking about. The first stage is usually denial. I can't believe this happened. The second stage is a close second between anger and guilt. You can see the tone on social media changing where people starting to get mad.
Yeah.
So now, in order to stop something else from happening, somebody got to step up and give these hopeless people some hope.
I agree.
And they want to talk about what they talking about in that church. How you gonna preach to somebody who ain't got no form of godliness?
And when you got to think about it, when a lot of our stuff is backed up by the white man, just think about it. Everything that you do, turn on the TV right now. Who on there? A white person in control of a commercial, this or that. Our whole lives are in the hand of a white person. If you think about it, you can't go out this door and go do anything in this world and not deal with a white person. They don't have to deal with us. They can go in communities and schools and do everything without ever seeing a black person. Everything that I do gotta
And
go
they
through.
made sure that that's systematic racism.
Everything that I do, I gotta touch a white man. He has to decide. Yeah, black man may got the money and all that, but he ain't got too much power. You're only gonna be as big as they allow you to be.
Yeah,
that's why you don't see you okay, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they probably do this stuff on the low, but you ain't never finna see them completely go out against nothing that is gonna make them feel like they the target or that they doing too much or they taking too much power with their money. They gonna give you just enough. Just like Obama. Like I get it, whatever. But that man didn't have no real say so. They
nope.
Say he was a president. They didn't even acknowledge him as a president. At
They
the end of the day, there's a white man that gotta write that sign that letter. That end result gotta go through a white man.
Exactly. Tamara, what you thinking right now? You on mute.
I think we giving too much credit to white people, y'all.
Willie. But she ain't doing nothing but telling the truth.
I'm not giving them credit.
Hey, both ladies. Shalana already know I got nothing but love for her, for sure. Lisa, I just met today. Awesome. Luck, nothing but love. But at the same time, I think we failing to realize that white supremacy and black inferiority are two sides of the same coin. We automatically put ourselves in a position where we're looking up to white people. Like, we need to actually say, you know what? Let's look at us first. Regardless of what white people are doing, let's look at what we're doing first. I have no problem working around, being around, functioning around, and being alpha around nothing but white people. If it's 10,000 white people and I'm the only black person around, I can strut and talk my shit. My kids can walk with confidence. I have no issues. When we get around ourselves, when we get around people that look like us, we need to deal with that. We need to deal with the petty differences that we have with each other. And I feel like instead of putting excuses on systematic white supremacy, I get it. I agree 100%. But black inferiority is something that we never talk about. We put ourselves in a position of damsel in distress. I see 3 men on the stage right now. I see 3 women. The 3 men on the stage, I look at as strong men. I don't know Tamara's, I don't know Peachy's husband, but I look at them as strong men. We should never put ourselves in a position where we're saying that we're damsels in distress, male damsels in distress now. So I look at it like all our issues, we can fix ourselves. And if we can't fix them ourselves, let's start pointing out the bad actors amongst ourselves that are causing the issues.
Off the street.
We're not on the board of directors to build no property. We're not.
We need to get them. We need to get the bad actors. We can't build no properties. All right. Can I say this real quick, Shalana? Shalana, can I say this real quick?
Grocery store, Willie. They don't have a grocery store.
Why we ain't got no grocery stores, Shalana?
I tried.
Why we ain't got no grocery stores?
No, listen. I tried when I came back here to start a grocery co-op on the east side of Saginaw. And do you know how much bureaucratic BS I went through? They keep us out. It is not, I'm not looking for them to save me. I know how to save myself. I'm not looking for we don't need them to save us. But they keep us out legally. Felony laws are extra punitive. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you can't be legally bonded because you did something when you was 21, your whole life is messed up. Things have to change. And we are not in a position to change them until we become in positions of power.
And that's the point we were making. We're not giving them credit. We're not. But the reality is, turn on your TV. Go in this world. You cannot do anything without dealing with them and them signing the end.
All right. Lisa, you live in Atlanta.
I can get a loan for a
Lisa
house.
doesn't. She don't live in Atlanta.
Oh, she live in Gary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You live in Indiana.
I do. I definitely do.
I'm gonna ask Lisa this. I don't know for sure. I know Shalana for sure. I don't know for sure with Lisa. Is your mayor black?
Yes, he is.
I remember Claude Anderson saying this in his book. I got it over here right now, actually. Damn. Powernomics. He was talking about when he went to Detroit, a city that is 86% black. He went to Detroit and he said they took him on a tour of the city, showing him all the different business stuff they're doing because he's an economist. And he was like, they took him to the Minority Business Center and they were promoting all these black businesses that they were trying to do in Detroit. And he was like, why you got a Minority Business Center when you the majority? You're the majority. A lot of times we be the people in power and we still coon for white people. We have black mayors. I live in Dallas, Texas. Dallas got a black mayor. I live in a black suburb, DeSoto, Texas. I got a black mayor. My daughter worked for the mayor office. We still have the same issues that Saginaw got with crime, with drive-by shootings, with failing schools. Oh, hold on. Let me just say this real quick. The issue is not white supremacy. Even when we are the people in power, we put ourselves in a position of inferiority. We put ourselves down looking at white people like white people should save us, or white people know better, or white people know how to solve these problems. Even when we on top.
It's a complexity thing. This is what I don't, I'm sorry. This is just what I don't get. There is so many levels to this. It's deeper than us. Yes, we have to look out for ourselves and do all of this and do all that, and it is on us. However, we're still going to say that there are some policies, some rules, some things set in place that ain't right for us to make it. And we're not saying that we need them. However, if you put us in a position where we still have to answer to you in some way, form, or fashion, because I'm pretty sure the mayor has to also get something signed from someone else who probably does not look like us. I'm almost pretty sure that is true. And yes, you get enough power to do this, and yes, it is on us. But what happens to all of our leaders? Like, most of them who were actually standing up and doing all of this were killed. And now we're in a society where we're not looking at the bigger picture of all of the complexity. Yes, you're right. It is up to us. But there's also, we have to look at the complexity of things. I feel like everybody looks at it at one side. Everybody has an opinion and everybody has a position on this. It all correlates. It all comes together. You're right. She's right. I'm right. It's a piece of the problem. There are so many problems within our community that just don't stem from us. That ain't all about what we do.
I want to hear what Poolie say.
What did I say?
I want to hear your thoughts on this subject, bro. Tell me what you think about male damsels in distress, black inferiority, white superiority. What's your thoughts on the aspects of the community that we can fix, regardless of white interference, regardless of white intervention? What can we fix on our own?
I get what both sides are saying. I mean, real talk, I don't know who want to hear it, who don't want to hear it. But we are the laborers of the fruit that we're bearing right now. These same kids that's doing this dumb shit, they have parents. Go home. Find their fucking parents. Please understand that I might know them. Guess where I know them from? It ain't from school. It ain't from school. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to their parents. Mm-hmm. They got parents too. How about the dumb shit that I was doing, my daddy had done? How about the shit that he done, his daddy had done? This shit goes back. Mm-hmm. So we learn the same shit that we learn from each other, but we are our own people. You have to learn how to say, this is not what I want. Mm-hmm. This is not the life I want to live. And it's taken a lot of us to either die or see multiple people die before we say, I'm going to change.
Enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a difference now. But at this point, I can't do it here. I got to go.
That brings me to the subject of the post today. Should we stay or should we leave? I'm a person that's trying to move back to Saginaw. I wanted to say this real quick, disclaimer. I'm trying to buy a summer home. I married a Texas girl. I had a homeboy from Detroit when I moved down here. He said, Will, I'll give you advice. Never marry a Texas girl, because if you marry a Texas girl, you'll never be able to move back home. And sure enough, I got to be in Texas the rest of my life. But I will say this. I want to buy a summer home up in Michigan. I want to bring business, jobs, opportunity. I want to buy one of them elementary schools that's getting foreclosed on. That's real cheap right now. Like, that's the stuff I'm trying to do right now. The problem that I'm having is the mentality of the people. And it's not white people I'm trying to have issues with. I can work with white people. I'm getting a contract right now, y'all, with Saginaw Public Schools. $6,000 a month, 40 hours to just power wash schools for 6 months. White people gave me no issues on it. I have my insurance. I have my paperwork. I have my stuff together. They was good. The problem that I have is with the people that look like me.
What they do?
That see me thriving. That see me trying to thrive. Say it again.
I said, what did they do?
The people that's
you said the white people. You ain't had no problems with the white people at all.
No problems with the white people.
Signed off by white
okay, so what did the black folks do?
All right, the black people caution. All right, the black people are cautioning me not to move back, not to bring this.
So did you even reach out to the black people before even reaching out to these white folks? The ones that ain't.
Of course, I've been trying to move back to Saginaw for like 4 years to buy a summer home. I've been trying to come back up there just to be able to have a presence in the city. I'm a person that's in Texas. I see the world different than a lot of people that don't get to leave. I'm from them communities. I can talk to them. I'm respected. I'm a tall, strong black man. I'm respected. They tell me, don't move back. Them niggas gonna kill you if you move back. That's my people.
Do you know?
Will, I don't think you can move back, Will, because you're too kind-hearted.
Hold on, Will.
Because I'm here.
What do you say, Roxy?
I'm here. Do you know how many people put in bids for those schools? We tried to get Neil Haley to turn it into a black senior living facility. They ain't budging off that property. What they want to do in Saginaw ain't got nothing to do with us. The land bank and stuff, the way that they are doing things, they are letting that stuff sit on purpose. So I'm here. I live here. I am doing well here. I'm telling you what's going on with what they doing on the east side. They pushing them people out as a part of gentrification. That's why it's a food desert. That's why they don't have no resources over there, because they want to move all of those people out. That's what that's
Roxy,
about.
you don't think nothing has to do with the crime? Roxy, you don't think it has nothing to do with the crime in Saginaw?
No,
Can I finish saying what I'm saying?
I
so
don't.
I can get to the crime?
Because it's happening here.
So I can't talk or no? Yes or no? Because Peachy, if I can't talk, I'ma go. This why me and Willie ain't Facebook friends.
She
said this why me and Willie ain't Facebook friends.
This is what we do with each other. Constantly.
Go ahead. I didn't know y'all knew each other. Damn.
Yeah. So we're saying that the reason it's so much crime is because it's so much poverty. But if you read my Facebook today, you'll see I said if a white person or a police officer came in this community and did that, we will burn this city down. But yet, we will not name the names of the people who are terrorizing our community. And that is where we have to do our part.
Exactly.
Hey, Roxy, can I read your Facebook post?
No, and I'm not accepting none of those 3 friend requests that you sent me.
She do not want to be your friend. She said she is not accepting not name 3 of them.
I thought it was all love. Damn.
No. I wish I would have now. But nah, it's all good, y'all. It's all good.
I love her anyway. I still love you, Roxy. You the homie.
But
Willie,
no,
hold on, Whitley.
but no.
But
just to touch on what Roxy and Willie is on right now.
Mm.
Willie said, "You think it's the crime?" No, I don't think it's the crime. You know why? Because it's happening here, right here in Georgia, right? Stone Mountain, Atlanta, however you want to call it. They moving Kroger's. They did this nationwide. Listen to me. Nationwide in every black neighborhood.
They sure did.
They moved Kroger's out of the neighborhood. Now, for my mom, she lives in Saginaw. She don't live on that side of town no more. So it really didn't affect her, but she was bothered by it the same because the house we grew up in, that we lived in, guess what? The Kroger's, the grocery store that was anywhere around there, we can't even get to it now. And I remember we walked to the grocery store. Sheridan Plaza. That was the next grocery store. I don't know what the hell that is now.
It's still a grocery store, but you got to cross over the tracks to get over there. So for the northeast side, there is not a grocery store. There is not a 24-hour pharmacy. They don't even have a pharmacy you can walk in. Like, you know how we got Walgreens? All they have is the pharmacy dispensing parts over there now. They don't have, like, you can't walk in Walgreens to get some toothpaste and some toilet tissue. Now all they have is a dispensing pharmacy. That's why I was asking Willie when was in here.
Now, are they getting rid of these things, like you said, Roxy?
And it's only on the east side.
Roxy, are they getting rid of these things so that, like you said, they want to take the black folks out the community?
They want to revitalize
rebuild their own white people in this community?
They want to revitalize downtown. That's why they.
You ain't have to say it like that, Poolie.
Yeah, that's why they.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry. We forgot we was on camera for a second.
But don't none of those businesses down there end up being successful? Like, they moved all them people out to Bancroft. They didn't realize that was a community for them old women.
It sure
they put resources for one another. So ain't nothing good gonna come behind that. So every business that they put in there fails. The bourbon bar, the martini bar, the little art museum is going to fail because there's nobody in that community who can support it because they can't afford to. They poor.
Wow. Tamaris, how you feel about all this? You was born and raised there. You ain't never left. You there.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I love it. You know, I just, I think it's fucked up that they took everything, the grocery stores. Like, we don't have nothing. Everything is gone now. We literally got to go on the white people part of town to shop, you know what I mean, to Walmart, you know what I mean. We barely got restaurants down here now, you know what I mean. Everybody now is just hustling, cooking food, you know what I mean, out their house, you know what I mean.
So do you think that's why? Do you think that's one of the reasons why? Because I want to make sure that you all heard me when I read that story, the news article thing. They said they kept dispersing it. They was in different areas and they kept dispersing it, but they kept going to a different area partying. Do you feel like if they have these buildings for them to go to, these bars, these, nice restaurants, that it will make a difference? Like, a lot of people say put more things in the community for the kids to do. But if you put more things in the community for the kids to do, they gonna fuck that shit up too. That's how I feel. It's like they
Preach.
The kids didn't mess up theirs though. It was the people our age. And I threw a trap karaoke party on Cinco de Mayo, and I ain't have a single problem. What you got is a bunch of old dudes with old beefs who done did dirt in this community. They get that liquor in them and get to acting a fool because they ain't mentally right, like Lisa said, and they show out.
And say that again. They get the liquor in them. Liquor plays a big part.
Yeah, you're right.
But then it's deeper than that. Like she said, the mental health issues. A lot of people ain't right. All of the different stuff that we done been through, that we done seen, that we're exposed to. Like, that's also deeper. That's like the deep-rooted situation here. We all are dealing with some mental health issues in some way, form, or fashion that we're not healing for. That's becoming normal for us. And like you said, when you bring alcohol, drugs, and all that stuff, and you're not treating a mental health issue, yeah, you're gonna lose your mind. Yeah, you're gonna go crazy. Yeah, you're gonna do stuff. Yeah, you're gonna hurt people. Yeah, you're gonna. Yes, I deal with people every day who
Now that
don't know how
picture's
to
gonna come
regulate
to a
their
head.
emotions. They don't know how to regulate their behaviors. They have never been taught how to deal with conflict. It's so many different complexities to the issues that we face. It's yes, we always trying to go against each other as Black people. Yes, that's one complexity. We have deep-rooted issues. That's the second complexity. We don't have the resources. That's the third complexity. We don't have the money or the power. That's another complexity. It's so many levels to this that we just can't tap into one thing, and we just can't say that we can build each other up, because we would have did that years and years ago.
Yep.
If that was the case.
Lisa,
Yes,
Lisa, whose responsibility is it
yes,
to put
Willie.
those values into a young child that shall grow to be a man and woman?
The responsibilities is on how we were brought up and how we were raised, and the systematic.
It starts within the home.
That it starts in the home.
It starts
but
in the
also starts
home.
with the laws. They would tell a third grader that they're gonna go to jail. They're gonna predict that a Black young boy in third grade or maybe even first grade, that he's gonna go to jail because he has little behavior issues. Sometimes they misdiagnose our people, and it's just so many complexities. I get what
Lisa, I'm asking.
I just feel like, Willie, you're so caught on the fact that you're a business owner and that you got these issues and you want to come back to your community and help. Then come on back and help.
Lisa, what I'm saying is, even if the school or you get misdiagnosed, whose job is it to correct that misdiagnosis?
But if a parent ain't got, this is the thing.
You don't have that knowledge.
It's generational. You even said it yourself, it's generational curse. If the chain was never broken, how can you ever believe that it's gonna ever be fixed?
That is why
deeper than what we see, and you have an aspect to it, and that's great, and that's fine. But you also have to look at the whole picture. And yes, it is up to us. But if we don't have the resources and the power, we can do as much as we can. If you are a leader and you want to be a leader, why don't you put yourself out there and risk yourself like all our other leaders did, and then come back to your community and change it?
Because when we was growing up,
you have some hesitancy too. You don't even want to come back because you feel some way about your people, but you want to change.
Whoa. I don't want to come back. Well, because what? Who said that?
You want to come back because people are telling you that you may get killed. But you have to make that decision if you want to do that or not. But you are also the person that's saying that it's our responsibility as people to come back and make the change. That you said that too. That was two parts of your.
All right. Well, let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead.
I can come back if I can make money. Right? Let me just make sure I make this clear. If I cannot make money in the city, I would be broke. I have a responsibility to myself and to my family to make sure that I can still pay the mortgage, right?
Absolutely.
So, regardless of what my emotions say, I'm a man who has to protect and provide first. If I can have a money source, then I can come back and help the city. If I don't have a money source, I cannot come back and help the city. I'm working on getting a money source. I'm working on getting a money source. I'm not out here saying, woe is me. See, the white man don't help me. See, the white man ain't give me no opportunity. I'm getting a money source.
There are 3 main employers in Saginaw County. You work for you work for Covenant, or you work for Morley. You must not have been here in a very long time, because there are.
I was just there.
The city was not as horrible as it is now when we had the big 3 here. So until these people not poor and starving, they're gonna do what they gotta do to eat.
Just like you gotta do what you gotta do to eat.
Like you stand where you at, so you can eat.
All right. So if I come back to the city with this mentality of people gonna do what they gotta do to eat, what's gonna happen to me? Do I get taken away from my family and kids? Because people gonna do what they gotta do to eat. No, it's a character thing.
Wash anything.
There's poor people in every community. There's poor people in every culture. Why y'all acting like it ain't poor white people? It's white people that I look down on.
Focusing on our people, though. I thought that we were.
It's Asian people. It's people that don't speak the language that I look down on. If that was the case,
I'm not complaining about
like
poor people
there's poor people in every community.
in every part of the world.
Why our poor people gotta kill each other and rob each other and steal from each other and fuck each other?
Yeah, it's laws for every race except for ours.
How they cut throat?
I feel
You ever
like
thought about that?
if
It's
we
laws
start,
for, hold on. It's laws for every race except for
Right,
ours.
like he.
LGBT got more laws than black people. When we start talking about laws and
we ain't
placement,
talking about nothing productive no more.
we can actually go somewhere and make money. I hear you, Will. You can go somewhere and make money. But please understand and know that that white man is not going to allow you to get to a certain plateau.
Exactly. That's
Hey, Poolie, on that subject, do we have a status like these other people got that you're talking about? LGBTQ, they say no hating on gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, queer, all this kind of stuff, right? Mexican people say no hating on Hispanics. Asian have a hate law, Asian hate law. You cannot hate on Asian people. Black people don't have nothing because we had civil rights. We had affirmative action. Hold on. It didn't just apply to us. It didn't just apply to us. What are the black? What do we fight for just for us? What do we fight for?
Look up to the white man. Y'all have a good night. Because I ain't gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop.
No, go ahead.
But these are the things that we are trying to do.
The reason that the LGBTQ and all them people can have rights is because it's a loophole in the civil rights movement. They use the Fifth Amendment for their protection, and it's not used for ours. Now, if you're gonna get out here and talk, know what you're talking about.
And we are actually asking for some of those same laws that
the laws that they hung us for, the laws that they beat us and we bled for.
The Asian community.
Hey, why wasn't the civil rights laws black laws? Why wasn't affirmative action black affirmative action?
They used us. Feminists.
We allow them to use us.
They use
us. We let everybody else co-op our struggles. We let every other group co-op. All right, guys, think about this. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter was because black people, black men in particular, were getting killed in the streets by police, and no police were getting held accountable for it. The gay, lesbian community co-opted and say, yes, we are getting oppressed. And what did we say? Yeah, stop oppressing us. Well, illegal immigrants. I live in Texas, a border state.
Willie.
Illegal immigrants really, really affect us.
Willie.
But we say, you know what? It's a us thing. We let everybody else co-op our struggles. We don't have no black struggles.
We don't have no power, Willie. We not sitting on Senate. We not sitting in the House. That's where laws get passed at.
Willie, you know what? Willie, you blessed, okay? You blessed to be in the situation that you in. You blessed to be in your environment. You know, I feel like we all are blessed. Let's make that clear. You know, we all are blessed. We all are blessed to even be here. We all are blessed. But we supposed to be talking about either staying. Willie done took it to a whole nother level.
I'm staying.
Yes, Willie did.
I'm staying and I'm not moving.
But if Willie gonna sit there and say that he want to go back,
right? I'm staying and I'm right. I feel you. I'm staying and I'm not moving.
And I'm gonna keep doing the work.
Where you at? I'm like, where he come from?
I go to the hospital and I make sure they don't mistreat our black women when they go have babies. I'm a mental health advocate. When somebody call me and they ready to do self-harm, I don't talk to them on the phone. I go see them out. I'm in this community putting in work. I ain't trying to hear about nobody who want to come back and power wash no house and talk about how good his life is when we in the trenches up in here. This community is hurting right now.
Yeah.
She right. She is 100% right.
And
But that's what I was saying about Willie.
business. We don't give a damn about your power washing. We got families who don't know how they're going to make it through the night tonight if they don't wake up and get a call that they loved one is gone.
Willie, are you going to bring your face back up? Or you done? Because my thing is, if you want to go back and help, you go back and help, Willie. You won't let nobody encourage you not to go back and help. Like Roxy said, she left. And then she came back. You know, you on mute. You got to come off of mute.
I'm the only one on here talking about coming back. I'm the only one coming back. I'm the only one talking about coming back.
It's not that you're the one talking about coming back. To me, is what bothered me was you letting other people tell you that you shouldn't come back. And you're talking about, and there's nothing wrong with the good things that you got going on. We all want to be doing good. You see what I'm saying? I applaud you for it. I applaud you for doing good.
All right.
But we need to talk about the issue at hand. We need to talk about the issue at hand. Now, if you came on here and was like, I'm headed back to Saginaw, I'm going to bring these powerhouse washing or whatever to help the community, then that's different. But it's how you came off with it, Willie. It's how you came off with it. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
It's just how you came off with it. Because we are proud of you. We're happy for you. We want everybody to make it.
It's like you wanted to make it like it's our responsibility to change stuff that sometimes outside of our control. But obviously there are things that's within our control. But then in the same breath, you like, well, but I still have to make sure that I'm straight, my family's straight, but you still was in the same sense saying that it's our responsibility. So like if it's our responsibility as a culture, then you would do your part within means to do what you need to do to make our community better. Like within means, without hurting yourself, without hurting nobody else, without taking from your family. Do your part there, Willie.
All right, Lisa, can I address that real quick?
You can definitely address it.
I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's how I feel. I want to come back and help my community. Mm-hmm. When people tell me like, "Hey, nigga, you gonna get Nipsey Hussle?"
Okay, but that's what I'm talking about. Don't even worry about what people saying.
What I'm saying is, even if I get Nipsey Hussle, I just want y'all to wear a rest in peace shirt. I don't mind dying.
Okay, I can't. I have never done this before on my show. I can't. Don't laugh at him. Don't laugh at him.
No, I can't.
He got me tight, sis. I'm sorry for yelling. My kids can
Girl, you ain't got to apologize. You do not have to apologize.
It was the contradiction for me. It was the contradiction.
Bye, Willie. He's gone. Willie is a goner.
That was not right.
What was not right? For what he said? All the bullshit he was talking about, that wasn't right? I'm not going to sit here and let him continue to talk like this on my platform.
No, you have to listen. You have to break down what he is saying. He can say it in any
He keep repeating the same shit.
Tennille.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
He keep repeating the same shit. If you are listening to what he is saying and understand it. Now, what he was saying is, and I promise you, if everybody on this same page right here, plus everybody that we know in that community, if everybody had the same mind mentality that we are not the minority, we are the majority, there's nothing you can stop us from doing. Now, that's understood. That's what I got out of what he was saying. Y'all listen to all that.
No, Poolie, that's
break
not
it down and take a couple words out. Take what he's really trying to say.
He a grown man. He know how to talk.
Some people just don't know how to listen.
Yes, we do. We have to.
We're listening very well.
But if you was listening, you could have just cut out all the nonsense and just said, "Okay, yeah."
No, when we said,
hold on, right? We've been on this damn show since 9:15, and you would have thought it was Willie's show. Like Willie just keep talking about what Willie got going on. We are talking about Saginaw, Michigan.
Okay, I have not changed the subject.
Willie did. Willie changed
that subject is still the same subject.
That
It
wasn't
is
the
still
issue.
the same subject.
That
Yeah,
wasn't.
it was off. It was
The
off.
Poolie.
They talking about power washing the house.
When Lisa and I
He's just talking
said
about the business that he has. That's all.
a
he's
lot of
talking
the
about
reason
and
that
what
our
he can
community is in the
I don't know,
poverty
let
area
Rock say what she got to
is
say.
because of legal stuff and because the laws that keep us and projects and stuff that they have that we know no knowledge of. They keep Black people and poor people, not just Black people, brown, yellow, poor people, period. They keep certain type of laws and rules that you have to find loopholes to get in. Now, when we were saying that, he was like, oh, we looking up to the white man.
Yeah.
But then he turned around and said, well, why the civil rights movement, this, that, do you even know what the civil rights movement was about? People died.
Just the way he was doing it. It wasn't wrong. And again, I said it's so many complexities to it. I never said he was wrong. I said, but he wanted to keep making it seem like we was making it seem like we needed them. But the reality is, can't nobody say they can't do nothing in this world without making contact with a person of another race to make the decisions that we have to make, to do the things that we have to do. We were not saying that he was wrong. I know I was. I never said the man was wrong. I just said look at things from all points of views. Look at the complexities of being a Black person in general. He's looking at from his point of view of how he has his business and it's thriving and this and that and this and that. Yeah, you can look at it from your point of view because that's your experience, but you have to look at everybody's experience. And that was the problem with him. He just kept dwelling on the fact that we are thinking that we need white people. No, but the reality is any decision we make, even in him getting that business, I'm pretty sure a white person signed off on his business or signed off on something in his business.
Yep.
And he making it seem like, yeah, I made it. Yeah, but you still had somebody that still runs everything that you do damn near in some capacity.
And none of that helps what we need today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They making the decision.
And I already didn't like him because he told me he married the whitest Black woman he knew. So I already was offended when he first said that lady was 51 and didn't belong out there. So I was through then. I'm going to just be honest.
Exactly.
He ain't stand a chance with me after that. Because what Saginaw needs right now is hope.
Right. Exactly.
Not nobody like him.
And these people don't know if they loved ones going to pull through the night tonight. Exactly. And we don't hear arguing about whether or not Willie should come power wash some houses.
You a mess.
I love Roxy.
But that, I mean,
and for her, it touched home because she's at home. It touched home for her because she's at home. She's doing the work. She's in the community. So you can never tell somebody who's in the community
and that's
doing it, and it's affecting them.
He moved to what, Houston? He's in
like this woman is here. She's seeing it unfold. So she's gonna be emotional about it.
Because like she said, there's only this, that, and this. When I was there, it had a little bit more than that. I was just about to ask about the other little Walgreens. I guess that's gone too.
It's gone, Poolie. It's gone. Poolie, I'm on call every night. If a young Black woman or a woman of childbearing age goes into labor and they not treating her right at that hospital, I get out of my bed, I take my certificate, and I go in there and make sure she stay alive having that baby. I don't get paid for that right now. I've been doing it for free for 2 years. I'm up in here doing this work. I can't do all the work. We got Jeff Bulls. We got a lot of people who doing the work in the community, but it can't all fall on the shoulders of all of us.
Exactly.
We can't just base it on the church because a lot of these people don't go to church and don't have no form of godliness. There has to be resources in our communities. When we was growing up, our parents was on it. The crack epidemic was strong. We had the Civitan Center, the neighborhood house. Shout out to the neighbor for coming back. We had the Trinity Center. We had Miss Faynham. We had people. We had Charming Doll. We had people like ourselves who made it out and made something of ourselves, who came back to our community and was a mentor to me and to other people. They were a safe place to these children who were in the wind.
Exactly. And now they don't have that no more. They have selective few. I'll say that. They have selective few.
Man, you can't say nothing to nobody kids nowadays.
You better not.
Yeah, but that and again, like I said, that was the thing. from generation to generation, we lost something. Each generation, something was lost. So now we got down to our generation. And our generation that had 2 generations of kids already. What
Corey,
was
it would take
lost?
it would
What
take
was
money.
lost in the translation? Because it goes back. And like I was trying to tell Willie, listen, bro, it goes back, whether we want to realize it or not. The trauma, like you said earlier, Lisa, the trauma is multiple. It's multiple. It's not just one thing. It's multiple things. And some of us don't even know where it comes from. But it stems back from whenever. Whatever you missed from granddad, great-granddad, great-great-granddad, whatever he lacked or gave you, or gave his son, didn't give his son, that didn't give his son, it just trickles down until one of them say, I can't allow it to happen. I see it happening. I'm finna stop it right here. We got to be the ones that say, stop. It's it. My kid is not coming up like this. This is what I'm going to teach my son. This is what I'm going to teach my daughter. It starts at home. If you don't do it first, won't nobody else follow.
Poolie, somebody just said like your grandparents did. And y'all don't know how me and Poolie know each other. I was a very, very sick little girl. I stayed in the hospital. Poolie's grandma was my favorite nurse. So she was the first black nurse I ever knew. And I'm a nurse because I wanted to be like her. She was so sweet. She was so kind to me. Somebody just said like your grandparents. So even your grandmother sold into my life, into who I am today. She was so sweet, so soft-spoken, so loving. My parents would drop me off at the hospital and leave me. I would never leave my kids at the hospital. Poolie grandma would come check on me every shift. Every shift.
Willie, let me say something right quick. Willie, I know you out there. I see your comment. I didn't put it up, but just make sure you understand, Willie, that while you trying to throw some shade, don't even do it. Don't even do it, because we are streaming on a total of 6 different platforms right now. So I don't know what you're looking at, but don't even try to do that, because this ain't even a place for it. Real talk, this ain't even a place for it. So yeah, I hate that we didn't come to a full resolution. I really do. I hate that I had to pull Willie down.
Oh, we not gonna come to a full resolution on this.
It's an ongoing process.
This is not a full resolution situation. We can't resolve this today.
The community has to be able
We're not
to
gonna be
resolve
able to
it.
resolve
Leaders
this today.
have to be able to
We're not
resolve
gonna be able to resolve this right here.
We have a community meeting tomorrow, if y'all let me shout it out.
Go ahead.
So Black Pastors Association, and y'all who know me know that I'm not Christian, but I will be there. It's having a meeting at Bethel at 6:00 tomorrow. Bethel is on the north side. Corey Pritchett, Pastor Coleman, Pastor Campbell, some more people from the community, they'll be out there just to try to figure out what we can do to move forward from just this situation. We don't have the answers to everything. I'm gonna be there at 6:00. They gonna be there at 6:00. Y'all, it's a community meeting. If you want to have your voice heard, you want to have your opinion heard, if you got a resource that you can give to this community, that's the time to come out. That's the time to come and let yourself be heard.
Exactly.
Y'all get out there. Y'all go to that meeting.
It's gonna help. It would definitely help if everybody can show up.
It gotta start somewhere. It has to start somewhere. One person. If 2 people show up, it's a start.
Govern yourselves, govern your house, govern your block, govern your neighborhood, and then govern your community. We got to start somewhere. And if you don't know where to start, this is a chance for you to come and meet with some people who are like-minded and who want to see Saginaw do better. If you know something about what happened over the weekend, speak up. These people terrorize in our community.
Please speak up. You know, to me, it seemed like a lot of people don't speak up until it hits their backyard. Speak up before it hits your backyard.
I mean, how do you tell on your kids?
By going in there telling. Because guess what? If they don't give a damn about literally going to go shoot in the whole crowd of people, then they don't give a damn about you. So save yourself and turn his ass in. He or she. Turn him in. Apparently you didn't do something to get them some type of help with the resources or whatever it was. Turn them in. Help them that way. Help them that way. Because if you don't help them that way, they're going to be in somebody's cemetery. 6 feet under or in somebody's prison for murder.
But again, like we said before,
turn them in.
We don't have no black leaders. We probably won't have black leaders like we had before again.
Ever again.
And it's a reason for that. It's generational.
And it's strategic.
And it's systematic.
Which is what we said in the beginning.
Because the systematic part, people don't understand. It goes way, way back from putting the whip on your back.
From scaring you.
That's it. It just goes further and further and further. Now we don't even have a man in the house. Yeah. You don't realize how many men are really in the houses. It's a lot of husbands out here. It's a lot of men out here that's doing well. It's a lot of men that's in their kids' lives.
A whole lot of good black men.
But it's a lot of us that's not.
Yeah.
It's the ones that's not that's killing us, and this is what they're promoting. This is promotion. This is what they want us to see. This is what they want us to hear. I say, turn on the radio and tell me what you hear.
Yep.
When I heard the word bitch on TV, regular TV, not cable. This wasn't no Showtime.
They used to beep all that
this
stuff
was on
out.
ABC, CBS. They used the word bitch, and I was like, "Whoa, we cussing on TV now." And they find all kind of words to use that are cuss words, and find ways to use them like they're not cuss words.
Exactly.
Yeah, some of them are actual words. You can actually use them in a sentence and use them the way they're supposed to be used. Because bitch is a female dog. Now, if you're talking about a female dog, you can use the word, right? Hoe.
Garden tool.
And that's what they're doing.
They are cuss words, and they are using them the same way, but they use them and they play with them. And now you're hearing it on regular TV. So guess what your kids watching?
Trash.
Ain't no more Cosby.
They watching trash.
Ain't no more millionaire families in the home no more. If it is, guess what they doing? They selling dope. Power. Empire. Oh, so now we got to be drug dealers or rappers. This is what you feeding us. You want us to be basketball stars, football stars. Ain't no more doctors and lawyers on here no more.
And the white man still making money off the basketball player, making more money than them.
They all
still got to go through them at the end of the day.
They do.
Well, y'all, we got to get out of here. Well, we got to get out of here.
Okay.
Tamara, is there anything that you want to say before we get off of here?
No. Not at gunpoint. No. You know, I think Willie. I don't know. I think maybe Willie hanging around too many white people. You know what I mean?
I agree.
You know. I think he hanging around too many white people, and he might not fit in our culture. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, maybe it's best for his ass to stay down there in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I'm a bad person, y'all. I really do know him.
You know, I know Willie too, you know, but Willie just
traumatic experience here. He delusional. He ain't been here in a long. Willie ain't been here in a long time. I know, because I had been here a long time. And when I came back to Saginaw, and Tamaris, I was the doula for your grandbaby. But anyway, I came back to Saginaw to do a Juneteenth cookout. I did the first one, me and Tate Greer. Baby, when I rode through my city, tears started falling.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ain't never coming back. That's what I said. My son had a heart attack at 14. If we wouldn't have been in Saginaw, that close to UMM, my son would have died. I planted my feet here, and I started doing the work. I can't do all the work. I'm only specialized in one area. So we have to collaborate with people who specialize. If you know somebody who needs this, you got this person, you got that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm transparent. I'm a suicide survivor. I'm transparent about I take medicine to appear normal. I go to therapy. I'm very transparent about mental illness because I'm a patient of mental health.
Right.
It pisses me off when people mock it.
Right.
You know, we have to find common ground. And when you already got a chemical imbalance and you added extra chemicals to it, you putting gasoline on the fire. So all I'm asking everybody to do is just today, love on your family and pray for those upstairs or who are still fighting.
Right.
Have enough decency to stop spreading the videos.
Exactly.
The jokes. Everything ain't fucking funny.
Right. Everything's not fucking funny no more. You're right.
Exactly. Tamaris, before we go, I must ask you this. Being a parent that has lost 2 children to gun violence, what type of mind frame did this put you in when you hear about stuff like this happening?
I mean, the situation that happened this weekend, that fucking traumatized me. That took me back to when my daughter got killed, you know, because, you know, I just couldn't believe that a bunch of grown motherfuckers will act a fool like that, you know, at a place where everybody's supposed to be having fun. You know what I mean? That's the Freaknik. Who don't want to have fun at the fucking Freaknik? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it took me, you know, it traumatized me and it took me back to a bad place. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, we really need some really strong community leaders out here now. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of shit got to change, but it's hard to change. You know what I mean? But we have to change it. You know? We have to change it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, these kids, they don't deserve to grow up in hell. You know what I mean? You know? They don't deserve that. You know what I mean? You know, they deserve to be kids. You know? So, you know, Saginaw, we just got to do better. You know? And we going to try. You know? We damn sure going to try. You know? We going to try.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you, Roxy, so much. I appreciate you, Tamaris, for coming up, spending your time with us tonight. Lisa, you know I thank you just as well. But before we go, I'm going to pull all of us down. And if y'all can just stay on for like 5 seconds after I end the broadcast. But I want to end the show with Lisa. Lisa, you are a mental health counselor. You deal with grief counseling from time to time, crisis, all of that. I'm going to pull us down and I'm going to let you end the show with the aftermath. Now that this has happened, we can't take it back now. All we're doing now is praying for the ones out there that's trying their best to fight through this. 12 people shot, 3 people ran over. Some people out there is fighting for their lives, like Roxy said. What do we do from this point on? How do we feel comfortable enough to go out again? You see what I'm saying? Like, what do we do? How do we start the healing process at this point? So I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. After Lisa, that's her real name, y'all. After Lisa is done, we will be ending the show. I love y'all so much. Make sure y'all tune in on Wednesday. We do have a family on Wednesday that will be coming in, telling their loved one story. So make sure y'all tune in. I love you all. Here go Lisa.
So being in the mental health field, I've learned that a lot of us have deep-rooted trauma that we have not healed from, that we have not gotten treatment for. And I understand that with insurance, it's kind of hard to get mental health services or even the trust level. But I do recommend that if you can, there's crisis lines out there that you can call just to process what you have experienced. Because trauma, it can be indirect or direct. And if you're not healing, it actually deals with more than just the physical. It's your mental and your emotional. So I ask that we start to process some of the things that we go through in our communities. Of course, mental health can be a topic for people that they don't want to talk about, but we have to heal. And counseling is nothing wrong with therapy. Speaking to someone about what happened, learning how to process your feelings when things happen. Don't just allow it to fester. If you feel like you are going through something after the aftermath of this event, please try to get some type of mental health. Try to speak to someone about what's going on. You have to heal. And the only way that you heal is if you try to speak about it, if you try to talk about it and process your feelings. There's nothing wrong with processing, feeling, and healing. We have to heal from all of this trauma that we have within our communities, within our homes, and within the very, very streets that we walk every day. Please get you some mental health if you can. There are services that are free in your community. There are people you can talk to on crisis lines. There's suicidal lines. There's depression lines. There's lines that you can call just to talk. If you have to call 1,000,000 times, that's what I definitely support about the people I work with. They'll call me every day just to feel whatever it is they need to feel or to process whatever they need to process. So I do recommend that you heal from here by talking about this situation, getting you some mental health, and trying to move past situations that affect you not only mentally but emotionally. Let's heal, y'all. We gotta heal.
Y'all, I'm so excited for this family that Peachy Tea Time has requested to bless someone with a memorial sign. I'm so excited. It's pretty. Forever Love, Marquis Allen Jones. This is Miss Latanya. Peachy Tea Time has blessed her with a memorial sign for her son, Marquis Jones. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It was so fun doing this for your loved one. I know it's not a happy occasion, but he's never forgotten. And I know he's forever loved. Yes.
Today's birthday too.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
How old would he
He would have
be?
been 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would have been 40.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you did an awesome job.
And this is from the missus from Peachy Tea Time.
Yes.
Yes.